Hello everybody, Alex here from Snake on Exotics, and today it's a little bit different. I've just got back from a family outing, so it's about 2:30, most of the day's gone, Morgan's gone home, so I'm going to try and get a video up for you. I did think about just having a day off, but I thought, no, Alex, the subscribers want a video, so I'm going to do a video. We might not get the whole video done, but what I'm thinking is we've got the old Dart Frog tank, the oldest tank we got in the shop, actually set up and running. 6 years old, oldest tank in the shop, so it needs some work now. The filters are slowly, the pumps slowly dying and stuff like that, so it all needs a good rinse through. So today we're going to be at least dismantling it, checking the filter, and then maybe if we've got time, rescaping it out. But it's going to be a bit awkward trying with times and stuff like that and trying to make a video, so I'm going to do my best. So please like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell for me. Let's at least start the tank build today. Wahaha. Well, here it is, the oldest tank in the shop. This is the bioactive, so it's been running 6 years as it is. All the moss is growing on its own and stuff like that. It's looking a bit worse for wear now because the flow's changed and the amount of water and stuff's changed. But we're diving, we're going to move it over there and see if we can get it going. So we're going to take the light off for now. You can see how old this tank is by the lid. I don't think they do this lid anymore. So we take the light off. Lovely. Now we just need to unplug the pump. So follow that wire. Oh, I'm destroying everything. Okay, down here. There we go. Oh, pump stopped, yep. Cool, that ain't stopped in a long time. At least 1.5 years since I set the tank back up. Oh, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, I'm all tied up. Managed to get it all over here. We undid the filter. So now we're gonna have to undo the lockout. I can remember what the code is. We're in. So our main job, get to the pump. That's what we need to do. We can see all the moss. When I first did this, I put a little patch of moss there. That's all I did. And over 6 years, it's grown all over the place in different patches. So I've got this here. This is going to be storing most of our pieces. You can see how old it is as well, because the cork bark is almost turning to soil. That's how old it is. So I've got that there. I don't want to damage any of the moss, you see. I might need a bigger tub. Get a bigger tub. Right, so I've got a bigger tub. I've already put that one piece in. So, okay, we've got the back piece. This is what I've been using for the waterfall. So this was all covered in moss. The water flow changed and came down here, which killed a lot of the moss. It doesn't like being in the flow. It likes being next to it. So you can see whether this is all still alive. Lovely, lovely moss. Okay. So, this is the big support beam. So what I did, we've got loose moss. There we go, put that in there as well. Because we're going to be reusing a lot of our bark and our moss and our stuff like that, because it took so long to grow it. That's the last thing I want to do, is lose the main pieces. So a lot of this is all just going to be thrown away. A lot of the bits of cork bark that have nothing on there. Oh, okay, we've got a piece there. This was a big supporting wall to hold all the dirt back from our little water reservoir at the front. Oh, so we've got a big sheet of moss. So that was all sat on the dirt, that was. It's all come off in one big sheet. So we'll add that in here like that, there. We give that all a wash and keep it all moist and stuff like that. And I'll show you what we got left. So there you go, that was our supporting wall, holding all our dirt back. We've got all our big gravels for our pool of water at the front. Then you got all our gravel and bio balls to filter the water. We've got our bio drain there. So you can see it goes down here and up. So we can keep this clear of our water in there. And then this is what's meant to filter it all out, but over 6 years, it's slowly filtered through and blocked the pump. So we know the pump somewhere around here. But I think it's about time we got everything out and give the tank a good scrub. So that is going to be in the next process, digging everything out. Cleared most of the stuff out there now. I've got to take the mesh off now, wash all this out, take it all out, give everything a good scrub. So we'll take this out and see how messy it is. Just 3 years worth of muck collecting. Oh yeah, she's done a good job though, she has. So that needs to rinse to be put back in. And now we got all our bio balls from underneath. Now what is this? Ah, it's part of the pump. Found the pump we have. Okay, we might redesign that and change it. It was the first one I did, so I'm not saying I was great at it at the beginning, but I'm better now. So we get most of this out, then we can examine the pump and see how bad it is. Here we go, I managed to get everything out. There's quite a bit of pipe on there, so I might cut that down and change where I had the pump before. Also, we've got the pump out. So let's take it apart, have a look, and then we can test it in some water and see if it's still good or is it's worn out. I believe this bit just pops off. Looks pretty good. I think it was just jammed up with muck when it was there, and us taking it all off has just released it. So I think that what was slowing the pump down. I mean, I can take it all apart and give it a clean, but that's working fine. So that's what we'll do. We'll test that in a bit once I've got this clean. The bottom's clean. You know we like a nice clean bottom, but we've got 6 years of algae and grime on the tank. So I'm going to give the tank a good scrub down. I did it off camera because it's boring. So we'll do a good scrub down. You can have a look at it after. Then we can start maybe rescaping it up if we've got time.
Its glittering casino attracted royalty and the well-to-do from all over Europe, but also the continent's worst swindlers and hustlers. So the golds fitted right in. Nevertheless, they attempted to assume an air of respectability by taking along Lady Gold's young niece, Isabelle Giroud. Like many who came before them, and no doubt many who came afterwards, their attempts to cheat at the tables were, well, let's just say, no dice. So they found themselves in a familiar position, unable to pay off their costs and in need of a cash injection. At that point, the dastardly duo came across a wealthy Swedish widow, Emma Louvon, who, fond of wearing opulent jewellery, presented the perfect mark. She loaned the couple 1,000 francs, more than £5,000 in today's money, which was quite a thing to do for total strangers. Of course, the cash disappeared almost instantly, and when Louvon visited the Gold's hotel to demand repayment, she
It's not perfectly clean, but it's a lot better than what it was. Some of it's stained on the glass, and I've tried getting off with a Stanley blade, but I don't want to scratch the glass. So we're looking a lot better than what we was. So I've cleaned some of the gravel in here now. I've got to wash the membrane out and then clean the back sponge, background. But first, we're going to test our pump. So I'm going to get some water, we're going to plug it in, see if she still pumpos. That's the plan. Okay, so let's put it back together. Quite easy peasy. Lovely. That's on max, which is good. We can close it off, or we can make it all the way. But I'm going to keep it on full blast. That's what we like. Full power. Okay, so we'll drop that in there. And hopefully we should get some oomph out of it. Put it down on the floor so I got better supply to power. Oh, she's got some oomph, look. Ooh. She's got some oomph. There's nothing wrong with that pump. She just got clogged up. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, we're coming close to building it now. We're gonna put the background in. I am gonna keep the moss on top, so that stops the animal going on top of the, oh, I've been thinking as well, this pipe is that old now, if I do anything with it, it's just gonna split. So I'm gonna keep the design the way it was. So we're gonna put this back in there, we'll get the pump, we'll put that back in, and we can put the background in and start doing some scaping. Sweet. So we're gonna put the pump in. Down like so. Wire come out the back. Lovely job. Okay, pipe work in. Okay. So we should now be able to put the background in. Now we've got to go over the pump and the wire at the same time. This can be one of the hardest things to do, is getting everything in perfect. So it's a bit fiddly. Let me get this pushed down. Okay, we'll do that first. So I've just took the pipe off the pump. Okay, we've got the background in. Okay, so I've moved everything now, so the pump is a little bit closer so it doesn't tip over with the pipe pulling it. So we've got a nice little layout now. We've got the pump right there, we've got the pipe coming along, going up and then coming out here. So that's going to be, we might do a waterfall system again. I'm not sure, I've got to see what we've got, what pipe work we've got and how long I've got to actually build it, basically. So that's our main part done. So now we can start dumping. Oh, I don't want any water. Some of our bio balls and gravel back over the pump. Don't any water at the moment, I want the water at the end. So I'm going to bury the pump. So that gives us a bit of height straight away, burying the pump. So I've washed all this out, sieved it all, make sure it's all nice and clean. Great. Oh, it's going to be good. Oldest tank in the shop. I can't believe it ran so well for 6 years. So well. So I can get the rest of the water out of here and we can pour the rest of this gravel in. Lovely, let's pour it in. Lovely. Okay, so that gives us our layer down here. Lovely, so you can see we've got a nice slope up now. So I'm going to change the angle of the dangle for you. So you've got a nice slope up. Whoop, that's better. Get a good shot of it now. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put the membrane in. But because when I first did this, I only had a little chunk of membrane or filter mesh. That is going to go right up here like this. Perfect. So now that stops a lot going through, but we do have a gap, which is not acceptable. So I have cut a completely new one. So this can go down and cover all of it, which is what we want. It goes right up the back, like that. You can always fold it down a little bit if we want to, or I can trim it down again. But I think that's going to give us a really, really nice filter layer. So to hold this bottom section down, I've got a bucket full of gravel. Just slowly lower it all in. Just going to hold it all down for us. And it's going to look nice as well. As a little pebble beach. Yes. Yes, that's what we want. Look at that, nice seal now. No dirt's gonna get through. Absolutely fan-dabby-dozy. Now, I'm gonna start placing in the supporting walls again. So I've got to be careful because they're a little bit dirty. Oh, the moss is trying to come off as well. Well, it's come off, it's okay. So this is going to be our supporting wall. So that's going to sit there and hold all the dirt back while we fill all this up, basically. That's the idea behind it. So now we need some substrate to put behind there and start holding all this down. I'm going to start with some dry substrate. So this is the cocoa pod we had left over from doing the spider tanks. So I'm just pour this in here, like so. Lovely. There we go. There's our first little bit of substrate in. And it gives me a chance to support this up before we put some weight in there. Basically, that's the idea behind it. Nice supporting wall, so we can have a nice water area down here and then ramp going up. So we'll fill that up with some more gravel. This bit here is going to be half down for the water and a little halfway up for them. There we go. So we've got to walk up this stony ramp and back onto the land, hopefully. What else? And what I'm also going to do, while I've got this extra bit of gravel, you won't see this when we make it, but I'm going to use it just to weight down the last little bit of mesh we've got exposed. There we go. That's just going to hold it down. Running out of stones. It's starting to look good. Last handful. Okay, that's all of them. That's the best we're going to get. So now we need some more substrate. Some more cocoa fibre. This one's wet this time instead. So what we're going to do, we're going to do another supporting wall with this piece right here. There we go. So that's going to be another supporting wall, nice up high. That gives us another ledge then. So what we'll do, we'll now fill this ledge up with substrate. Nice and steady. There we go. So I think I've actually put that piece in upside down. Yeah, I have. Stay warm. That's where it's meant to be, like that. That's better. That's what it's meant to be like. So, ooh, get off. So I've just adjusted it. So we've got nice stable ledges now. Okay, now I'm going to start designing the waterfall for the back. I've just done a little mock-up of what it might look like. So I'm thinking about using one of these as a little river tray, little river gravel piping or track, something like that. Guttering. So use this as guttering to go down here onto this one, and it should keep all these wet and keep all our moss going really well. So I'm also going to trim them down and stuff like that, get them to fit a bit better, so they don't look as big and they're not as floppy. So that's going to be the plan. Whether it's going to work, I don't know. So it's meant to come down here into that one, maybe come this way a bit, maybe go over here a little bit. So we might put some water in there, test it, see what it's going to be like that, and then I've got loads of moss and stuff still to add in, and I've got plenty of substrate to top anything up. To plug it in and test it, so I'm going to put you down here so you can see what happens, like so. There we go, let's plug it in, see if she pumps for us. Whoa, we got some flow. Oh, it's a bit too much flow. Whoa, it's going like the clappers. Okay, so now we need to do some waterfall alterations. I might have to try and glue that in place. This might have to move. Might have to go for a skinnier piece, I think, and then that should be going there like that, and trickling down so we get 3 waterfalls. If I can break it. Yes. So that should sit in there nice and hold it up. Lovely. That's not too bad. So let's have a look. That is going like the clappers, that is. So it's going down here onto that one, trickling down. All I need to do is try and fix them in a little bit more, and then we'll have a nice trickle down tank. That's going to look good. What we normally do when we get as close as this, I'm going to finish it off, do the last bit of plants and stuff like that, and I'll tell you anything alterations I make. But I will try and save the finished product for a surprise. I finished. I was going to add more plants, but I had a think and I thought this tank, very minimalistic, and just that one plant and a bunch of moss makes it really nice. If I put anything else in there, just makes it look cluttered and ruins the scale. Makes it look really, the plant looks huge compared to everything else. It doesn't look right, the scale isn't right. So I've got it finished now, everything's running. It's a bit more secure, it's not perfect, but for me just doing it in 2 hours at the end of one day, I don't think it's too shabby. So let's dive in and have a good look at it. There we go. So we've got a nice waterfall there, coming down to, where am I going? That waterfall there. Really, really nice. I'm really happy with it. Finally, after 6 years, I've been able to dive in and make it look good again. So I'm happy with that. Pump's going like the clappers. Really, really happy. Just hope the moss carries on growing like it has been. Looks a little bit like a Japanese Zen garden. Very, very cool. I think I've seen a water you can buy, like one of them Zen waterfalls, and I think it does that same shape. But really, really happy with it. I'll put the lid on, I'll put it back over there, and I'll give you one final look at it. Well, there we go. Looking lovely. I really like that now. I'm really happy with it. All we got to do now is get some dart frogs in, and away we go. So we've got a nice wet patch here. I might have to just adjust the flow a tiny bit just to keep this not super drenched. This is all getting a little bit wet as well. There's a nice little trickle coming down there, keeping that wet. Bossed in. I think we're happy with that. All we need is some dart frogs. Up there we go, everybody. That's all the time I've got for today. All the lights are off. Just got to turn the fish tanks lights off now. So please like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell for me. If you want to watch a video, there should be one there. If you want to subscribe to the channel, she's up there. If you want to watch a playlist, we're up there. Last I checked, we're 14 to 2,000. Big, 2,000. Wow. So thanks to everybody. 14 more subscribers and we're on 2,000. Wahaha. So I think maybe tomorrow or the next day we might be on 2,000 subscribers. So keep an eye out. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. I'll see you in the future. Bye.